Hey y'all, this is Elizabeth with Mad for Macrame, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet this basket with handles using my very own 5mm braided cord. This braided cord is very similar to the other cord that I love using by Bobbini. It's a little bit more dense and a little bit more sturdy, so it's perfect for a basket. For this project, you'll need some scissors, a tapestry needle, and I'm going to use a couple different sizes on crochet hooks, probably a 7 and a 9. You'll also need a 6-inch wooden base. I'm using one with 10mm holes. And to attach the cord to the base, you want to first leave your tail about 8 inches long. We're going to use this tail later. So create a loop, and I think I'm going to use a 7 to attach my cord to my base. And you can start anywhere, pull up a loop, and then we're going to make slip stitches all the way around, and don't hide your tail because we'll need it later. To create a slip stitch, you want to insert your hook, pull up a loop, and then you want to pull that loop through the original loop on your hook. Continue working those slip stitches all the way around the base, and when you get to the last hole, I'll show you how we use that tail to close this round. Now we've made it to this last hole, and we're going to make an invisible close using that tail. So we're going to switch to our tail, and we're going to pull up a loop with that tail, pull the loop through, and then actually pull it all the way through. Now the invisible close is like creating a fake stitch. So you're going to insert your hook from the back of that first stitch we created, pull the cord through towards the back. You want to make some adjustments, make sure your loops are the same size. And then you're going to flip your base over, and you're actually going to insert your hook in the middle of the last stitch on that round that we recreated. So pull the cord through to the back, and that makes an invisible close. For round 2, we're actually going to work behind the stitches. So get your working yarn ready, and don't worry about the tail, just leave it out. You're going to insert your hook behind that last stitch. The tail should be sticking out. So pull up a loop, and we're going to chain 1. Now we're going to continue with single crochet stitches, working behind the stitch. To do a single crochet, you want to pull up a loop. Now you have 2 on your hook, yarn over and pull through both. Keep working those stitches all the way around until you get to the last hole, and I'll show you how to close. On this last hole, we want to create an invisible close. So you're going to insert your hook and pull up a loop, just like before. Now you're going to switch to your tail. We're actually going to yarn over with the tail. And then pull that cord all the way through. To close, you want to create that fake stitch, so insert your hook from the back of the first stitch on the round, and pull the cord through to the back. Then you want to flip your work over, and you're going to insert your hook in the last stitch we created behind those back 2 loops. Pull the cord through towards the back. I almost got my tail too short. For round 3, I'm going to actually switch hooks. I'm going to go up to a size 9, and we're going to work single crochets in the back loop, but first we need to chain 1. You want to insert your hook in the back 2 loops of the stitch we just created. The tail will be sticking out. So pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through to create that chain. Now insert your hook in the back loops. We're going to make single crochets. You can hide your tail at this point. So yarn over, pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through both. And again, insert your hook, pull up a loop. Struggling with this little tail. Yarn over and pull through both. Keep working those single crochets in the back loops, and I'll meet you back and show you how to close this round. For round 4, we need to close the round, so we're going to use the invisible join. To do the invisible join, you want to pull out your loop that's on your hook, make it a little bit larger, and then under that first stitch from the last round, insert your hook and pull that loop through towards the back. You don't want this loop too big. Mine's a little big, so I'm going to tighten back. Now below this loop and to the right, you'll see a V. This is where we want to place our hook. These V's are all around the bottom. This is where we're going to work our stitches. So down and to the right, insert your hook in that V. Make sure you're splitting the 2 posts on the back side. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Now you have 1 on your hook. Then you want to add that other loop on your hook too. Yarn over and pull through both. This makes the first stitch on our next round. Now we're going to work waistcoat stitches. It's just a single crochet. We're just inserting our hook in the V. So to do a waistcoat stitch, you want to insert your hook in that V. I always check the back. Pull up a loop. And then yarn over and pull through both. Continue working the waistcoat stitches all the way around, and I'll meet you back and show you how to close. For rounds 5 through 7, you're going to close each round with the invisible join and then continue working those waistcoat stitches. You can actually work as many rows as you'd like. This is what's going to give our basket the height we want. If you want a taller basket, work 8 or 9 rounds. So first is the invisible join. Just like before, we're going to make this loop a little bit bigger. We're going to insert our hook in the back of that first stitch we created on the last round, and then pull that loop through towards the back. And you want to insert your hook in the V down and to the right of that loop. Back to back, make sure it's splitting those posts, and then pull up a loop. Now you can add that second loop on your hook. Yarn over and pull through both. This is the first stitch on each round. It makes the vertical V and the horizontal V for each round in this basket. Then you continue with your waistcoat stitches. After I've completed a few rounds, I'll meet you back and show you how to add the handles. For round 8, we're going to add our handles, but first we need to close the round and create that invisible join. Just like before, we're going to pull that loop towards the back, insert your hook in the V, pull up a loop, and then add that second loop on your hook. Yarn over and pull through both. Now we're going to work 6 waistcoat stitches to get to that first handle. Now we're going to chain 5. To make a chain, yarn over and pull through. 3, 4, and 5. Now you want to skip 4 waistcoat stitches and then attach this chain to that 5th waistcoat stitch. So we're leaving 4 of these V's between. Continue working waistcoat stitches. This is number 1, and you're going to work 12 to get to the other side and the other handle. We're going to chain 5 again for the second handle, yarn over and pull through 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to skip 4 V's or 4 of those waistcoat stitches and attach to the 5th. You're going to make 5 waistcoat stitches to end this round. For round 9, we're going to close the round with an invisible join. I like the way that these handles are a little bit smaller and tighter. If you want larger handles, just make your chain a little bit bigger. Now we need to make 5 waistcoat stitches to get to that handle. When you get to the handle, to cover this chain up, we're going to work 6 single crochets around this chain. To make a single crochet, you want to pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both. Just working that stitch around the chain. Now continue with waistcoat stitches. You need to make 12 waistcoat stitches to get to the other side. I'll meet you back once I've made it to the other handle. Once you've reached the other handle, you're going to work those 6 single crochets around this chain too. So pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both. Sometimes you may have to push those little stitches together to keep them tight. Pull up a loop and yarn over, pull through both. When you've finished with your single crochets, we'll go back to waistcoat stitches, and you need to make 5 waistcoat stitches to get to the end of this round. Now that we're finished with our waistcoat stitches, for round 10, we're going to make slip stitches to give this basket a more finished look. So insert your hook under the top stitch, pull up a loop, and then pull that loop directly through the loop on your hook. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, and then pull that loop through. You'll work these slip stitches all the way around, including on the handles. On the handle, just go under that top V, that top stitch. See how it gives it a more finished look? I finished my slip stitches. You can go ahead and clip your yarn and pull it all the way through. I'm going to use a tapestry needle to create an invisible close, just so this last stitch looks more finished. Make sure to weave the tail in so your basket stays secure. I think it turned out pretty cute. I want to add a little something extra. I think I'm going to make a bow. I clipped a piece of cord about 12 inches long, and I'm just going to find the center and insert it under a couple of the outside loops. Now you can just tie a bow, or you can hot glue a bow on, or a tag. Thank you so much for watching and crocheting this basket with me. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Bye!